Alright, so I'm gonna do a voiceover for this gameplay. This is only the second or maybe third time I'm doing a voiceover for a gameplay. It's not because I don't want to or I wouldn't like to, but I never have time to. And in fact, this one may end up being done in parts. I'm absolutely certain it's gonna be done in pieces because my wife's going to the grocery store and I'm here with a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old who are only quiet right now because they're eating. But I assure you, that won't last. So anyway, I decided to do this voiceover though because I was having a chat with a gentleman in Cody Ballard's Discord, and we were talking about defense and how to defend certain things and pretty much just playing that chess match. So I figured if I could do a voiceover, there were some things in this gameplay that may actually help him and some others. And I know very often it's easier to listen to something as opposed to reading it or just watching it. I'm the same way when I watch tutorial videos on different things. So anyway, I kicked the ball off, and we're gonna see if this cowboy user is a run spammer or if he passes the rock. I'm a Cowboy fan, for those of you that missed it, so I always respect when I see the Cowboys. As an opponent, I hate to beat them up. That's kind of bittersweet. And then it usually also annoys me that more often than not, my opponent, when they're using the Cowboys, don't like to pass the ball. Let's hope that's not the case here, and we'll see. So he's coming out on single back wing tight. Okay, there goes that dream. Um, I was intending on running this blitz, or a couple of blitzes actually. I was intending on running those. I still come out and run it a couple times to see how well it holds up against the run. Once he figures it out, which shouldn't take long, I have to switch it up and obviously try to play something that's a little more run centric. So for now though, we're getting away with it. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to stay in his defense for long. And in fact, I think he realizes right now that the left side of my line is a weakness, and he can absolutely take advantage of it, and he does. So yeah, good thing he has Zeke in the game. As much as I love Zeke, Tony Pollard is 93 speed. Pollard might have taken that to the house on me. But I'm able to catch him up and make the tackle. But the thing here though is when I play runners, or when I play anybody in general, I'm not too concerned about giving up yards or even giving up points in the beginning. More than anything, I'm making notes. So right now, I'm watching to see what he's doing. I'm watching to see what's working and what's not. Especially when I'm playing a runner, I want to know what is working in terms of maybe not stopping the run in the backfield, but making you use 3 downs. You know, because if you're using 3 downs, you're using clock. And if I get ahead of you by a score, 2 scores even, especially since I got the ball in the second half, all we got to do is be even going into halftime. I get ahead, and then all of a sudden, you're chewing clock that is valuable to you. So he gets a score here. I don't know why I went back to the blitz defense. I had switched it up and gone to cover one, and I went back to the blitz defense. But that's okay. Like I said, I'm taking notes. Now here we go. We're gonna get on offense, and we're gonna run Chicago's under center split slot. That right now is turning into my favorite offensive formation, and this game was the most comfortable I felt in any offense outside of single back spread since M21 started. So now here we go. He's about to go for the 2-point conversion. And now I switch back to the cover one, spy safety, and we got to stop. Smart of him to try it because, hell, his run's working. I mean, you're supposed to think you can get 2 yards. But fortunately, we get to stop there. So now we're going on offense. And as I stated, I'm in this Chicago Bear under center split slot. This is the most comfortable I felt in an offense for a while, outside of single back spread. I spent an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours labbing earlier this evening, actually, before the game, just going through all my reads for the plays that I have already established. I came up with 2 brand new open field setups, and I came up with some red zone dots. I mentioned in my last video that I needed something in the red zone. Other than the play that I usually use out of goal line, I got nothing in the red zone, and I wanted something out of this set, this split back set. So I got that now, and we're going to have a look and see how this offense goes. Very confident. I'm just going to set my audibles. It's just 2 changes I make. I put slip screen in there, and I put China special in there. So I'm going to start with one of the new plays. I'm going to switch to dagger, or one of the new setups. I got a couple setups out of dagger, but in fact, both of the new setups are dagger plays. Yeah, they are. So here we go. So this is a zone buster. This deep post with the wheel and the dig. I mean, it's pick your shot. I mean, take what you want. Yeah, I've been starting a lot of games with this lack of focus for some reason. So I've been making reads. As a matter of fact, no. When I start the games with the lack of focus, I haven't been making reads. I've been making these pre-snap judgments and determining where I'm going to go with the ball, which is the worst thing you can do in Madden. So fortunately, I probably do it for a drive or two and then take a deep breath and get down to business. But I'm not going to be able to get away with that forever. You know, good players are going to take advantage of that. So here we go. Let's see what we're up to. Oh, he's giving me the box. I'm surprised I didn't run it, because at some point you got to make him respect the run. I mean, this is... Well, I did run it previously and pick up 3 yards, yeah. All right, this double post setup, I've yet to have anybody stop this. But getting smacked in the face will slow it down a little bit, yeah. Certainly. But that's all right. I'll come back to it. You ain't going to stop it twice. So this one here, this is bread and butter. I mean, this is easy read. You got the drag, you got the corner, and you got the post. But there I go again. That was another one where I predetermined the read. I had no business throwing that post. Exact same thing, I think, on the exact same route. And it gets picked off. And deservedly so. But here we go. 4th and 14. So I got this motion that I do with the running back, where I just put him on the street, and I mean against just about everything other than man coverage, and then maybe even man coverage, depending if you're in a base D. I can outrun a linebacker with a running back. Oh, I tell you what, that's not even what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a double post play that I just got sacked on, and I'm going to throw it to Godwin, and I'm going to complete it for a first down. Here we go. The dig's open, but I don't want him. Got him. That's beautiful. See, and that's what the double post play usually looks like. The other post to Evans, that one is actually deadly. It gets over the top of cover 3 and cover 4. That is a one-play touchdown if I have time. But Godwin's the first read. Well, between the posts, the dig is the first read. And then if I have the table route out, I read him sometimes too. But that's a good completion. So we're marching along. We're taking our time here. Now, a lot of times when the defense appears to be in man, I'm going to do this motion with the opposite running back, because sometimes he draws a man away and I can get the outside edge. This time I didn't get it. I didn't even read my hole because I was trying to force the outside edge. I actually had a lane and I missed it. But that's okay. I think we're going to run a screen here to pick something up, do we? No, we're not running a screen at all. Okay, I'm going to put in... Oh, we're just running dagger. I'm going to put him on the other side on the hitch. So this one, I threw this hitch way too late. In M20, 21, you cannot throw that hitch that late. You have to throw it as he breaks. I was lucky he's not in. That didn't get intercepted, because quite often the defensive player gets better position and just picks that off if you hesitate. So here we go, 3rd and 11. I got myself in a couple of bad down distances so far in this game. I gotta do better, but it's just a matter of me doing my thing. So this is it. This is the halfback streak I was talking about. This is golden, and you see that angle route underneath it? I give you this streak once a game. I score on it, usually, or sometimes I have to use it on a 4th down. And once I do that, the second time I do it, I'm pretty much taking a user and making it mine, because everybody I play against sees that and chases that, and then I just dump it off to the angle route. So that one is a chess move. It's definitely a chess move. I make sure you see it. It's obvious. It's a motion. It comes. And the users are always ready for it the second time. All right, yeah. So we're gonna start there with that cover 1, and to be honest, it wasn't doing bad. But what happens with the cover 1 is runners always have the same passes that they go to. You're gonna see slants. You're gonna see things in the flats. You're gonna see them roll out and try to hit the corners and all that. So I don't want to stay in man for too long, because I don't want him to start taking advantage of that. So I am going to check some other things, but the cover 1 hole definitely works. Let's see what we do here. See, now this is where I probably should change it up. I think I go for cover 3. Anticipating the pass. Yeah, see, so I anticipated the pass. I still put the safety in the spot, and I put the corners in deep halves. So we get him to 4th and 1. He's obviously going to go for it. I mean, you got a great offensive line. You got a great running back. Yeah, I'm going to say that about the Cowboys because I'm biased. But, so you go for 4th and 1. There's no reason not to. And I can't remember if he gets it. I think I stopped him on a couple fourth downs. I don't think this is one of them though. But I'll tell you what, if it is, you're about to see me throw that interception I had mentioned a little while ago, because it does come in my next possession. So yeah, there's no reason not to give your horse the rock and pound it behind those big offensive linemen. Um, and he's going to the right side of my line again, or his line, the left of my defensive line. So he picked up the same thing he's been picking up, 3 or 4 yards, which is great. I'm taking these notes. I know later on in the game, these defenses are going to be beneficial to me when he's behind. And here goes my user. So my user scraping over for these tackles now. But like I was saying, he's gonna need the clock, and he's gonna end up using it up if this is his only game plan. If he can't pass the ball, which most runners can't, there goes my user again. On the next play, my user gets kind of tied up, and he breaks out for a big one. Which pissed me off because I was making some good tackles here, and he just kept coming at it. I had him figured out, but took a bad angle. So that's good on his half. So Zeke's already 11 rushes for 124 yards and a touchdown. But don't worry, we're going to shut that down. You have fun in the first half. I love these dudes that get excited in the first half. One thing about me, I play 4 quarters of football, baby. So here goes 3-3-5 wide now. See, so here we go. We're trying something different. And we know 3-3-5 wide does good. JPP gets off that edge against the run there. You can't run over there around JPP, bro. Come, you want to try it again? You can do it. I got Barrett on the other side. So that's even worse for you. It's bad for your health. But he's smart. See, so he ran it up the middle. So once he did that, I started pinching my line and spreading the linebackers. That way I had the middle stuffed, and I still had people on the outsides to come out here and do their business. See, so the 3-3-5 wide, it is good run D, and I know I see some other people using it. I don't know if they're doing it the same way. I assume as much. I mean, spying the safeties, it's kind of what works. So 4th and 10. Oh, this is the 4th down. We stop him on. And then we go throw the pick and give it right back to him like we're stupid or something. Yeah, we switched to cover 2 because I know they like to get out here on these flats. Look at that. Look at that cloud, man. First of all, that should have been a pick 6. But it's all good. So we're going to get on offense, but don't hold your breath for nothing exciting because I'm only giving it right back to him. You know what? Maybe it's because I like the Cowboys. Yeah, I like the Cowboys. You hear my son? Yeah, see, like I said, they're not going to stay quiet for long. In fact, this is probably the 4th or 5th part already. I paused it a bunch of times and going out there and just had to come back and continue it on. So here I go. Yeah, like I said, it ends up being that exact same play. Here goes the interception. Yeah, big boy over here. That's a big man. All right, 2nd and 5. And he's going right up the middle. That's supposed to be 3rd and inches now. 3rd and 1. And we're just going to keep doing it. Like I said, I know he's going to pick up these yards. He knows he's going to pick up these yards. But he doesn't know that I'm preparing for the second half. I'm preparing for when I'm leading the game to see if he still want to go pick up 3 and 4 yards at a time. Because if that's his plan, he's lost the game from now. But he don't know it. And most runners don't. I'm not saying all of them, but most runners don't have a good enough passing game. Mind you, he beats me with the pass here. I believe this should have been a touchdown. They put him at the 1 yard line, but I really think in real life you got to review that, and that's a touchdown. But again, Dez scored 2, so you know, Cowboy fan, unashamed. But he runs it in for the touchdown here now, though. So here he goes. He's ahead, and he's gonna go ahead and go for 2, which makes up for the one that he missed. Analytics, so it's 14, just the way as if he kicked 2 extra points. It's a new era in football, folks. I'm an 80s baby, so I grew up a little bit different, but I'm cool. I tell you what, it's a lot worse than basketball. I can't watch basketball anymore. I mean, I am because I grew up playing basketball, but it's just like, why do they even have the 3-point competition at the All-Star game anymore? They have it all year long. Like every game is a 3-point competition. It pisses me off. I can't. It's real difficult to watch. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but anyway, so I was about to say I'm back on defense because I see the Cowboys kicking off. That really confused me for a minute. I I'm saying 90% of the time I use the Cowboys, but I won't be using the Cowboys anytime soon though. I need Hot Route Master for this offense. So I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneer for Madden 21. So I love this offense. So here we go. I made it in 19 seconds. Plenty time to score. Plenty time to score. All we gotta do is go into halftime tied, and I pretty much view that as me being up 7. I mashed the wrong button here. I was trying to throw that to the dig, so I got away with. This wasn't a stupid decision. It was a stupid mistake. This time I actually was making the read, but I pressed the wrong button. So really got to get it. But here we go. So he's in cover 3. I think I end up doing the motion over corner. Yeah. This I only use against cover 3. I should say mostly use against cover 3. I don't mind it against man, but I prefer it against cover 3. See, against cover 3, that streak and the corner both get dirty open. So now here we go. That's a nice big game. We're gonna let some clock run here. We don't need a timeout yet. Don't want to give it back to him with too much time. So here we go. Here go that double post again. So this is trouble. You know, he can't stop this. And this time, I think we're going to the other post. Yeah, fit it in that tight window. And that's from labbing. When you've labbed it enough, you know the windows you can get it in. And that's why it's important not to just jump in game with these offenses. I mean, I go in game, but when I go in game, I consider those games labbing. So if I go into game with some new stuff and I turn the ball over or something, I don't sweat it too much because I'm still labbing. But it's important to get on the practice field and get some reps in to know what to expect and what not to expect. So here we go. I'm putting that streak out there again. Now most users are not following this, but he's using DL. But in either case, it was a little jumbled up there, so I got it down to the other running back on the angle route, which works because now I could drop off one of my red zone dots and just say, "Welcome to halftime. Cowboys about to lose this." Here we go. Oh no, we're gonna run it first. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah. I guess the red zone dots come out second half, and that's fine. It makes sense to get in position to win the game before I start doing new stuff. But don't worry, they're gonna come. I think I show one of the red zone dots twice where I hit the same person, the same receiver, and then the other one I showed 2 times where I hit different receivers. So it's real pretty. It's real pretty. Stick around and watch it. But the first half's coming to a close. He isn't about to do anything here. Most runners can't do anything in 24 seconds. I'm sorry, I shouldn't hate on the runners the way they do, but it really is frustrating playing against somebody who just pass the ball to the back, pass the ball off to the back, pass the ball off to the back. It's just it's annoying, it's all, you know. But they have every right to play how they want to play, I suppose. If I was playing for money, I might consider it because it works. But I'm out here having fun, and that's the thing I don't get. I'm not spending $80 on a game to give the ball to Zeke. I'm sorry. Not over and over anyway. I mean, he can get 12 to 15 carries even. But man, he's not running more than I'm throwing. I would have kept M20 for that garbage. Nah, I pay money for this game, bro. We about to be out here and play it. Anyway, 2 seconds to go. Halftime. Let's let this clock run, boy. What we doing? Yeah, so we know what happens here. Everybody plays the cover 3 deep shell against the Hail Mary, blah blah blah. I tell you what, in M20, I actually blitzed the hell out of Hail Mary from 3-4 bear. I didn't care. I used to send the heat and I used to smack everybody. But I actually thought about doing it here, but no, you know when I think about doing it? I thought about doing it at the end of the game. I don't trust these blitzes and the coverage behind them as much as I do M20. Not yet. I only just started running these blitzes a day or 2 ago. So, yeah, I'm not going to put myself in that position yet. So here we go, second half. I got the ball. Like I said, I always consider that I'm going to score 7 the first possession of the second half. So if I'm If I'm tired like I am now, 14-0, going into halftime in my mind, I'm a headset. So this is all part of the chess game. So I approach the whole first half with that in mind. So even when it's the other way around and my opponent gets the ball, in my mind I have to be ahead at least 7 halftime. Not assuming that they're gonna score me, but just because that's the game that I play in my own mind, you know. So I wait for this window to open. Notice he wasn't open when he on the break there. I waited for that window to open on the double post. I got him over the top, and Godwin's doing a great job reeling him in for me today. He's definitely getting down. He's securing the rock and he's doing his thing. So here we go. Let's go get this 7 points. Let's get ahead. We've been very patient. All right, now this setup has been a favorite of mine forever. And look who dropped a wide open pass. I mean, did you see that? There wasn't anybody near him. Nobody touched him. I did possession catch. He just dropped it. Mike Evans, one of the best in the game. But it's all good. It's all good. So we're going to do this again. This is that look I like against cover 3. And it's there. But I tell you what. So was D-Law. D-Law's getting off that edge because he smacked me in the face on this same one before. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. Fire the cannons. All right, Buccaneers. Let's fire these cannons. I like that idea. So I tell you what. I trust this so much. And I see he's backed off. And I figure is man. But, and the out route isn't as good against man as it used to be. But I feel like Mike Evans got to give one back to me for the one he dropped. So we're going to go get it. Click and grab that. Yes, sir. All right, offense. Let's keep this ball moving, huh? All right, so I'm calling dagger. No, I'm not. What am I calling? Let's see. We're going to run it. Yeah, we got no reason to rush, man. Got no reason to rush at all. We can use some clock, and that's the thing. We can actually run the rock too, baby. Here we go. We got the edge this time, so we pick up about 7 yards. And my run game isn't a big run game. I just run to pick up a couple yards and keep it moving. I run to pick up a first down or a touchdown and keep it moving. That's all I need. I don't need 60, 70 yards of run. Would I mind? Hell no. But I'm good. This run game supports my pass game, and that's all I need. And I'm surprised I haven't run a screen yet, to be honest. The screens are so good in this version of Madden. There we go. The screens are amazingly good in Madden 21. Maybe frustratingly good if you're on defense. So here we go. And I see he's switching up to cover 2 a little bit. And I see some soft squats out there. So I noticed that. And we all know cover 2 gets smoked if you don't make adjustments. And this dude looks like he runs some stock coverages. So here goes one of the red zone dots. This is a trail play. That whip does not change direction. So you end up with the drag. You end up with the angle. Who gets wide open here? I mean, I could walk that in. But if you go back and check it, you'll see that whip route is coming right behind him. So most users, this is another one where I set your user up to basically manipulate him. When I do that again in that same area of the field, you're like, okay, I know what's coming. I need to watch for this angle route. So they go jump the angle route, and my boy on the it ends up being a reverse whip. Ends up, I mean, talking about walking into the end zone, he could probably crawl the ball into the end zone. He ends up so open against most defenses. So now we're ahead, and in my head, the game was over a long time ago because I'm playing the game, and this is what I mean when I talk about the chess game. So here he goes in this run. The cover 9 show 2. This is one of my favorite coverage defenses, but I started to see that it was actually doing okay, slowing the run, not stopping the run, but it's not giving him 15 and 20 yard gains. It's making him use 2 and 3 downs. So what he's doing is he's using clock, and as a runner, when you're behind, using clock isn't necessarily your friend. You know, you're doing me a favor because I'm going to score when I get the rock, and I can also use some of the clock because I'm ahead. So you're wasting precious minutes, and here he goes. He just gonna keep running it. And then when he does pass, like I said, these guys, these runners, most of them, the pass game is limited, and against cover 9, boom. Here's the other thing. I got the nickel normal setup where they're getting decent sheds. I mean, I'm pinching the D line, I'm spreading them, I'm pinching the D line, crashing them out, and containing, and they got around the edge. It's not coming up the A gap like the glitch that's going on with everything. They're coming around the ends like they're supposed to. So here we go. I'm gonna hit him quick with that streak from the running back again. Like if you're not gonna use somebody in the field and go chase that, then you're gonna have to keep chasing me on the scoreboard. And from now, if the game wasn't over before, man, we got this. And give my opponent some credit. He didn't quit the game. I know sometimes it's annoying because you're like, yo, I want to get onto another game. I'm not one of those dudes who plays a whole lot. So I'm not in weekend league rushing to get 25 games finished or whatever it is y'all play. I play when I can and where I can. So if he stays in the game, that's cool. I'll keep playing. I'll go check my stats after the game and see how I did. You know, that sort of thing. So let's go check this here out. So we got a minute left in the game. We're going on defense because we are not the Cowboys. I did make that mistake again for the record. And we're going to go back in nickel. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to stay in this cover 9 show too because it's slowing the run. It's getting decent sheds. And it's not easy to pass against if you haven't led passes against it. And that's for passers. So if you're a runner, I don't know how much time you spend passing in the lab to get to labbing against cover 9. So I'm confident that this is the defense I'm going to stay in probably for the rest of the game unless he can show me that he can move the ball and move the ball swiftly. Because you're down 2 scores. Oh, by the way, on that field goal kick, that extra point, I confess, I actually had one hand on the remote control, so I'm doing the field goal with one hand. My other hand, I was sticking my middle finger up at the screen, and I was like, "Yeah, run the ball now, run the ball now." I really don't like the runners, so I deserved to miss that. I was being a dick. So here you go, and there you go. You're not passing on cover 9. Not if you don't know how to pass the rock. So that's an easy pick. So this is, like I said, this is it now. Because you playing the game, you seeing everything, you know who your opponent is, they're showing you what they are, what they're capable of, and you got a coverage D that can slow the run. He's boxed now. He's not gonna score anything else for the rest of this half. Yeah, spoiler alert, he's not gonna score again. So here go that motion. Yo, this keeps happening to me where the ball snaps automatically. I thought they said they were fixing this in the last patch, but it still happens to me. Every now and again, I get lucky like that where it helps me. But I've lost a couple games because of it. I've thrown at least 4 or 5 picks because of it. I did throw 1 touchdown when I was in single back spread. But I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So here we go. Run, pick up that first down. Now he's in cover 3 cloud show 2. See, so he's trying to be smart. He was playing a little show 2 after playing a little bit cover 2, but that ain't gonna get me. I really want to get this motion corner in. I don't know if you noticed. So he's actually a man here, but we beat him off the break, and we finally got it. Yeah, I hadn't completed that. I got the streak earlier in the game, but I hadn't gotten that. And when you got these new things, you want to get them to work in game. You feel good about seeing it actually work in game. So that's why I kept forcing that. But here we go now. So nobody's following him here. 3-4 odd, you get somebody to follow over when you do that. And I had the edge, but Van Der Esch had nobody on him. So that was a good tackle by Van Der Esch. I mean, solid. We going dagger here? Yeah, we are. Oh, and right here, I'm going to wait on the dig too. Yeah, I had enough protection, and I just wait on the dig. That's easy money. Nah, look where we are. We in the red zone. But the red zone in Madden, in my mind, is from the 10-yard in. And especially the 5-yard line in. Because when I'm between the 20 and the 15, I can run my regular offense. So here we go. Now this, in single back spread, there are a couple deep digs. So I used to get that in the back of the end zone wide open by putting short routes underneath. So here you go with this. That curl and that hitch are going to draw every user in the game. And if it's zone, you can expect that some of those zones are going to be drawn down by the flat route. So That's an easy dot in the red zone. So if you got digs in your game plan, get down by the end zone, get up there and work on getting them touchdowns, baby, because they ain't hard. So now him going for 2. And anytime anytime my slot receiver's not covered down here at the end zone or anywhere in the field, basically, I'm gonna put him on an out route. I'm not gonna put him on a streak and get greedy. I'm not gonna try a hitch or anything like that, because most users that leave them out there do it on purpose, and they'll try to bait you and then run out there and get it. I have yet to come across anybody that can get that out route, but the streak, they get that and they take it to the house. So here we go. We near the end of the game now. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. We up 35-14. I mean, this is it. It's a wrap. But like I said, dude stays in the game, and I respect that. I'll play it out with you. You're a Cowboy fan, so you cool. Well, I'm assuming you're a Cowboy fan, because he could be assuming I'm a Tampa Bay fan. I always assume people using the Cowboys are Cowboys fans. I just realized that. I assume the same thing of anybody in the NFC East. So NFC Eagles, I'm like, yo, I don't like you because you're an Eagles fan. But it could just be that they realize the Eagles are a good team. I mean, the dude Sickness, oh yeah, did you see that? Dak's about to get smacked in his face a bunch of times right now. But the dude Sickness from Madden Daily, he said he uses the Eagles in money games. So to him, they're the best team in the game. For his scheme anyway. He has a sick Cardinal scheme. I like it. I ran it a couple games just to mess with it. But the problem with those high-powered offenses, for me anyway, is I need to have some sort of run game. And he has a run game. I just didn't lab it enough to get to the run game part of it. That should have been a pick. But that's alright though. We're making stops. Anyway, back to the game at hand. So yeah, you see me, I'm spamming the shit out of this cover 9, and I feel no way about it. He's spamming the shit out of the run. Or he did, anyway. See, now he's got to pass it. Nah, he don't got passes. And the sheds, especially when you try to step back out of the pocket or roll around out of the pocket, the sheds from this. There you go, look, another shed disengage sack of Dak Prescott. What was that, 3 in a row or 4? I mean, but I tell you what, because I'm labbing and because I don't care about your feelings since you're a runner, I'm going for the end zone again. Like, I'm not gonna take a bunch of knees or run and drop down and all that stuff. Nah, come play defense, cause I'm playing offense. I'm trying to get in your end zone. Let's do it. Yep. See, again, that tight window. But I've thrown that a bunch of time in practice. All you need is a little bit of space and just got to lead your receiver to the spot. So here we go. So I'm setting up that deep dig again, and it was man, and he was actually in a really good position, but I just lowballed it. And the truth of the matter is, he made a great catch, but feet weren't in bounds. So I said, you know what? We're gonna go back to that tactics. I'm pretty sure we go back to the running back on the streak and allow the streak to draw coverage and just hit the angle underneath. Doesn't get into the end zone, but what it does is it gets me in position where I can run that trail setup again. Remember I told you you're gonna see that again? You're gonna like this. Here we go. This trail is pretty. So watch how the coverage gets drawn and the reverse whip gets wide open. Look at that. Look at that. I could throw that touchdown. Oh, I did. It's beautiful. So that's the game. It's a wrap. I don't know if I need to talk y'all through what happens next. Maybe I put on some music or something. But hit me up. Most of y'all that watch this are in Cody's Discord. So hit me up there if you got questions. And appreciate y'all watching it, man.